Hi everyone, welcome back. How are you? We're going to start here as we always do, but today from a little different vantage point through the bushes on the water's edge here. It's just been pouring down rain, you guys. The last 3 days I've been recording in the rain. Go ahead and make your wish. Fantastic. We're going to get started. We're going to get started on our walk together. This is the channel that checks boxes for you guys: health, wellness, inspiring information, mental health, relationships, the whole 9 yards. Let's get into our content. I want to thank a woman. We're going to go ahead and call her Miss Lady for today's content. The title of the video is Oversharing and Betrayal: How to Safeguard Your Mental Health. Miss Lady had an episode. Someone she loved and trusted dearly, when she was in a relationship, she revealed some sensitive information to this individual. The relationship ended, and he put her on blast on her family, within her family, shared the delicate information as well as online. And Miss Lady, I'm so sorry. I'm not even going to repeat the delicate information that he shared because it's so sensitive, and I know you're utterly devastated. I think betraying someone's trust and breaching their information is probably one of the worst things you could do to a person. I do put that in the category of high crimes, treason, really, relationship treason. Yet it does happen. It does happen. And sometimes we end up oversharing and sharing, and we don't even realize it, guys. We don't even realize it. So I want to talk a little bit about discernment when you're sharing information, levels of information, and what people can do or will do with that information. So let's get into it. People can do one of four things with the information you give them. They can hold it. They'll hold it for you. They can drop it because it's irrelevant for them. They can use, thirdly, that information to empower you. And lastly, they can use that information to hurt you. And I'm telling you, when you've shared sensitive information, heartfelt information, we're all going through things out here, whether it's personally or professionally, it can be absolutely devastating. I've seen bits of information, tiny bits, in the wrong hands destroy people's lives. So from here on out, I want you to ask a couple questions when you are sharing information. And before that, I want to say a couple of things about character. You may get a warm and toasty feeling from someone that you've met. I mean, it happens to us all. That doesn't mean that they have strong character or are trustworthy. Character is tested in context. Character is tested in context. What do I mean by that? You need to relax and chill out a little while and get a feel for how someone flows. You need to see how they handle your information, how they handle other people's information. What do I mean by that? If I'm dealing with someone and they are saying derogatory things, revealing other people's sensitive business, that's it. It will never go past the surface level. And I'll tell you why. Because if you've done it to them, you're darn sure going to do it to me. I've been in the game long enough. I know how the game is played. So you have to look at context, and it takes a little time. Warm, fuzzy feelings, you really can't go off of that and just start running your mouth with all of your sensitive information. And next, the questions I want you to ask is, number one, why am I sharing? Is it because you're looking for feedback? Are you lonely? Do you need to get things off your chest? Because if that's the case and you don't have established safe space with people you can trust, that's what a therapist is for. I will reference my video series on secondary closure. I give you about 3 different exercises you can use to hear yourself talk out loud, get relief, a sense of validation. You know, a lot of things can give you that release without sharing delicate information that may come back and bite you at some point. Back to character. You guys, I know a lot of people, I really do, a lot of people, and yet there are only 3 people on this planet that I can honestly tell you that they know they got the goods on me. I mean, good, bad, ugly, everything in between. They are trustworthy. I can come to them. They've got my back. Folks, that takes time. Those kind of relationships take time, and they have to be tested within context. You gotta know that. You gotta know it. Secondly, before you start talking, sharing delicate information, have I come to terms with it? And Miss Lady, there were some things that were shared that she hadn't even come to terms with herself. So she really got yanked into a spotlight when she was still herself processing some of this delicate information. And so it threw her mental health into a downward spiral. And then thirdly, I want you to ask the person I'm sharing with, is this established safe space? Is this an established safe space? Meaning, has this area been tested? Has this person been tested? What frame of reference do I have where I can put them in the category of trustworthy? And lastly, I want to say that when people betray you, they use your information to hurt you and betray you, you're going to have to decide how you want to deal with that. If it's sensitive and you're embarrassed, are you going to hang your head in shame? Are you going to reclaim your territory? Most people who will hear information presented in that kind of malicious way, most people will feel for you. They will understand that you have been betrayed. If they partner in that garbage and don't, you can use the betrayal as a way to sift through nonsense and weed people out. Those aren't people you want in your corner anyway. And secondly, I would say to you that God is not the author of confusion. When things like this happen, you have the full power and authority to move yourself quickly out of confused states. Take back your power, take back your life, take back your authority, and you don't do that by hanging your head in shame. You do that by saying, okay, family, okay, world, it's out here. I'm a human being. You have information. Congratulations. You know, I'm human now. So, Miss Lady, I'm sorry it happened to you. I hope that something I said in this video will make a difference for you. I have to say, it really took me a while. It took me a while just to understand how sacred certain portions of life are, and really understanding that you create your safe space. You create that sacred space, and you invite people into that space, and those positions have to be earned. They have to be earned. It's not something you just give away. So guys, please safeguard your information. Don't overshare. Get your context. And I hope something I've said has been helpful. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.